I'm Tech Maki, and this will be my first video in my Mobius beginner guides. Today we'll be talking about the starter job cards that you immediately have access to when beginning the game. The cards you begin with are Onion Knight, Neophyte Ranger, and Apprentice Mage. So the first card we'll talk about is the Onion Knight card. The Onion Knight is identified as a warrior class. The sword symbol on the card itself also signifies this. For additional job cards you may obtain in the future, you'll know exactly what type of class they fall into by looking at said symbol. Onion Knight can evolve into Warrior, then Knight, and then finally Dark Knight using the skill panel within the card. The card introduces you to the different types of warriors that are either attackers or tanks. Now, when you're viewing your deck in the cards menu and have this job selected, you can click and hold it and bring up additional information about it. It will have info about your limit break to include stats, job list, orbs it has access to in battle, and auto abilities if you swipe left on the card. First, we can talk about limit breaks, or commonly referred to as LBs. LBs are powerful attacks you will charge up during battle and can release whenever you deem prudent. LBs all have additional effects that activate upon use. So, in Onion Knight's case, it's Lesser Brave, which increases your base damage when attacking an enemy. Stats section indicates how large your limit break meter is, level of your limit break, attack and break power, as well as what rating it has for critical hit chance. Fewer amount of stars indicate the less chance it will have to do increased damage via critical hit. Auto abilities are your passive skills in this game. You won't have to worry about them, but it's nice to know what you're rocking. The orbs are important to note, and they can be seen from the original deck menu. The orbs indicate on the card you will generate during battle in order to use ability cards, but ability cards will be in a separate video. Going back to the deck menu, you'll see the level of your job, which is cumulatively based on the equipped ability card's level. On the bottom left of the panel, you'll see the job that the card is set as, weapon you have equipped, auto abilities, not only from the Onion Knight card, but ability cards, and lastly, the ability tab. After that, you can see the amount of skill seeds you can generate each fight. On the bottom left of the screen, you'll see your cumulative stats obtained from the job and ability cards, usable orbs, and weapon. The next big thing you'll notice is the skill panel. Inside the skill panel, it will have panel 1 through 4, depending on how far you've unlocked it already. Each grid in the panel is a stat, ability, or weapon that can be obtained through spending skill seeds or openers. The bottom right grid is the only exception. This grid requires crystals to continue to the next tab of the panel. Now that I've explained what you're looking at on the card, we can move on to the Neophyte Ranger. Neophyte Ranger is a quick-hitting, dual-wielding class which on cards is identified by dual daggers. Neophyte Ranger can evolve into Ranger, Hunter, and lastly Thief. This card introduces you to breakers and attackers. Lastly, we have the Apprentice Mage. Apprentice Mage are the spell users in this game. Though other jobs can enchant their weapons to create attacks with devastating effects, the mage jobs just throw that ether at the enemy. Apprentice Mage is signified as a mage by its staff symbol. Apprentice Mage can grow and become mage, white mage, and black mage. This card introduces the players to healers and also attackers. Now, as I've said, each job comes with a limit break, but on these cards, the limit break will change depending on which job you have it set to. Pay attention to which job you have it set to so you can maximize the damage you can inflict on the enemies of how they see you. Alright, we covered all 3 starter jobs, and hopefully this helped break the ice on Mobius, or give you some little insight into the way the cards work. With that, if you liked the video and found it informative, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for future videos in this series. Also, if you'd like to see my content live, you can drop by my Twitch at twitch.tv/tech_Maki and drop me a follow. I stream this game and others. Take care and see you later.